Metal Gear has always been a positive influence in my life. Being the first serious video game I played when I was 6 years old, the series has followed me into adulthood. My early years of life, I admit, has not been easy, but it's Metal Gear that has always been there for me. The characters of this story has saved me and continue to help me throughout my life. In fact, I'm currently not in a great state of mind, and that's why I decided to make a script for this video. I want to be creative and to keep moving forward. That's what Metal Gear taught me, especially the character, Solid Snake. As I grew older and played this game more and more, I finally understood the complexities behind this character. Solid Snake is a man with no purpose in life. He doesn't feel, well, anything, except when he's on the battlefield. That's the only time in his life where he feels alive, when his life has any meaning.
There's no winning or losing for a mercenary. The only winners in war are the people.
That's right, and you fight for the people.
I've never fought for anyone but myself. I've got no purpose in life, no ultimate goal.
Come on.
It's only when I'm cheating death on the battlefield, the only time I feel truly alive.
Seeing other people die makes you feel alive, huh? You love war and don't want it to stop? Is it the same with all great soldiers throughout history?
I'm sure a lot of us in the real world feel something similar to this. Working every day, come home, eat, sleep, and the process repeats. I often wonder if this is my purpose in life, and why am I here? Life is cruel. A lot of us only feel alive when we are playing a video game, watching a movie, an anime, where we can forget all the stresses of life and, well, for the moment, be happy. But what happens when that game ends, when the season is over, or when the movie reaches its conclusion? What's next? The cycle starts again. Solid Snake has no purpose, no family. His real name doesn't even matter. He's a soldier in a life or death situation. But when it's over, when his mission is done, he lives his life with no purpose again, until the next conflict.
So, tell me, Snake, what's your name? Your real name?
A name means nothing on the battlefield.
How old are you?
Old enough to know what death looks like.
Any family?
No, but I was raised by many people.
Is there anyone you like?
I've never been interested in anyone else's life.
So you are all alone. Just like Mantis said.
Other people just complicate my life. I don't like to get involved.
You're a sad, lonely man.
Now this may seem depressing, and in fact it is, but during the moment when his companion, during the big ass Metal Gear fight, that's when he gives Snake his final words. Words that have stuck with me since the very first time I heard it.
Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in. Snake, farewell.
Gray Fox's powerful last words gave Snake a new purpose, something that would push his life into a new era, the next chapter, living with a purpose and fighting for something he believes in, something to keep him moving forward. If Metal Gear Solid 1 was the dark version of Solid Snake, then Metal Gear Solid 2 is the light version. Metal Gear Solid 2 Solid Snake is my favorite character in the entire series. Solid Snake, who once lived to be a gun, has now formed a group called Philanthropist alongside Otacon, a friend he formed during the events of the first game. And together, they want to free the world of Metal Gears. That's their mission. And that's something that Snake wants to pass down to the next generation. A world free from nuclear warfare.
I'm here because I was assigned to this mission, not because I want to. If I could, I'd be out of here in a second. How could you come back to all this? Why keep fighting?
There's something my best friend said to me once.
What?
We're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at, but at least I always fought for what I believed in.
Are you two really an NGO?
Insofar as we're a non-profit organization of civilians advocating a cause, yes. The cause happens to be the eradication of Metal Gear.
We work on our own, but it's a cause worth fighting for.
Why would you stick your neck out for something this risky?
That's the way I used to look at it 4 years ago. I was holed up in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, drinking too much.
We have a responsibility to the coming generations, to the world,
What responsibility?
to keep track of the mistakes we've made as a species.
We need to remember, to spread the word, to fight for change, and that's what keeps me alive.
What you do isn't grassroots activism. It's more like terrorism.
I admit that.
But our group, Philanthropy, received some information. A new Metal Gear prototype was being developed here, and terrorists were planning to raid the facility. The information came from a very reliable source.
So you're here to...
We're here to stop all that. But I also have a personal motive.
Looks like the terrorists have his sister in the big shell. We're here on our own, not under anyone's orders. We have our own battles. Otacon's here for someone. I'm not.
Life can be hard to live without purpose. This alone has haunted me into adulthood, but it's always the Metal Gear Solid 2 version of Snake that always pulls me out of my dark depression. This is the deep message of Metal Gear Solid 2, and it really tried to convey that message through another character named Raiden. Snake meets Raiden after the first third of the game is done and the game switches over to him. Raiden is someone who worships Solid Snake. He read books about Snake's adventures in Shadow Moses. He is constantly questioning reality to the point he doesn't know who he is or what he wants, living without a purpose. But it's Solid Snake who helps him to understand and helps him, well, find himself.
Snake, have you ever enjoyed killing someone?
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between reality and a game.
Diminished sense of reality, huh? VR training will do that.
No, it was field training when I was a kid. I lied, Snake. I have more field experience than I can remember. It's not VR that's doing this to me.
Raiden, we don't carry guns to take people down. We're not here to help some politician either.
You can say that because you're a legend, a hero. I'm Jack the Ripper, a dirty reminder of a terrible mistake.
Legends don't mean a whole lot. I was just a name to exploit, just like you.
People will remember only the good part, the right part of what you did.
There's no right part in murder, not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future. You can stop being part of a mistake, starting now.
What am I? What am I supposed to do?
Find something to believe in, and find it for yourself. And when you do, pass it on to the future.
Believe in what?
That's your problem.
Who am I, really?
No one quite knows who or what they are. The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not. That's never the point.
What am I supposed to believe in? What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future.
I'll pick my own name and my own life. I'll find something worth passing on. They taught me some good things, too.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word, even me. Life isn't just about passing on your genes. We can leave behind much more than just DNA. Through speech, music, literature, and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, anger, joy, and sorrow. These are the things I will pass on. That's what I live for. We need to pass the torch. and let our children read our messy and sad history by its light. We have all the magic of the digital age to do that with. The human race will probably come to an end sometime, and new species may rule over this planet. Earth may not be forever, but we still have the responsibility to leave what traces of life we can. Building the future and keeping the past alive are one and the same thing.
Every day I've been looking for a reason to be alive. And someday, I'm sure I'll find it.